So I opted to do the build your own learning environment since I'm really new to this and I wanted to do something that was going to be useful to me. I decided to build an online component so I could create more of a blended classroom for the Bible study that I lead each week. So I have started building a website for that. And you'll notice I have a menu at the top. You look at the curriculum, there's each of the 4 quarters, but what I decided to focus on was quarter 3, which is coming up July through September. Because that particular quarter is always an issue with people traveling a lot or being out for one reason or another. And I often get asked, well, do you have any of the handouts from class? Or what did we talk about in class? So I thought it would be really useful to have an online learning environment that they could go to instead. So my limitations are such that I was actually really frustrated by the time I finished this project, because there are things I would really like to do, but I don't know how to do them yet. So this is way more basic than I'd like, but I wanted to make sure I had the basics. So after having the introduction here, and kind of explaining why we have this, because this is going to be new for people, I posted syllabus here, because I do know some of the people in my class do like to know what's coming well before it happens. And because this is going to cover a 12-week period, I wanted this, so that when you get to the website and say it's week 7, you can go all the way down and just skip to the one that you want, unless you really want to go through all of them. So I created the module for week 1, and it has, obviously, the assigned readings that I'd like them to complete. I will be expecting this of the class that meets in person also. And also I made a podcast, about 6 minutes, that covers the essence of what I will be presenting in the classroom. Mind you, we don't have the discussion yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to fit this in here so it doesn't get in the way, because I wanted this to be a very streamlined environment. And then we have a challenge, and this is the pattern I'm going to follow for each week. Overview, or whatever the theme is, the assigned readings, some form of media. I don't want it always to just be a podcast, but again, that's what I know how to do right now, so that's what it is for the first week. And then a challenge for them to go back through the materials and think deeper about it. And then there's a preview of the next week. Obviously, since this isn't until July, I have some time to work on the rest of it, but this is what I wanted to do. And I was trying to go through the different models that we read about how to get people's attention and introduce them to the new material, connect it to things they already know. And so I've tried to do that in these. I'm not going to play the podcast. I'm really tired of the sound of my own voice right now. But most of the people in this class are people who have been in Bible studies for years. So I also wanted to try to take a different approach to what we're doing. For example, in the overview week, I actually talk about different cultures and their concepts of virtue, what it means to be an excellent human being. And I want to expand the way that they look at things by comparison, just by presenting new information to start with. So that is where I am right now with this. And I intend to keep developing this. I would love to eventually alternate a podcast with perhaps an animation that has visuals and audio, so that they don't just have to sit there and listen to me babble on and on. Anyway, it doesn't look like a lot, and that drives me absolutely crazy because I put a lot of work into this, but it really doesn't look like a lot. Let me see if I just remembered I haven't checked to see if this works. Oh, how good, it does. All right, yes, syllabus, excellent. Anyway, so that is my project for the end of the semester.